And once again, guys, here we are. So out of the mouths of 2 or 3 witnesses, and so let a thing be established. As far as I'm concerned, that works in a lot of different ways, all right? Okay, guys, I'm getting, my spidey senses are tingling. My spidey senses are on fire. I'm starting to get DMs. I'm starting to get messages. I'm starting to see it in the comments, okay, from unfamiliar people. I'm starting to see it everywhere. And this is what it is, guys. I'm getting people that are in my DMs that have been, that are fooled again by them. And that's okay. That's okay. I just walk them through it and tell them what's what, and I'm patient with them because how they're doing it can't fool people without a discerning eye, and that doesn't, that doesn't want to believe that these people would actually do this crazy shit. It is nonsensical. The whole thing is. Okay? And they're being fooled, and they're and I don't want to say they're naive. I don't want to say that yet, but I can only show them and tell them so many times, and they're still fooled, and they keep oh, but what about this? Well, they sent another picture, and it looks real. That looks like Gypsy's eyes to me. Okay, number one, I guarantee you guys with 100% certainty, any one of you, she did not give birth to a baby. There's no baby. There may be a baby that looks like her. There may be a baby with some crossed eyes, or maybe some, brown-eyed and brown-haired baby. Any brown-eyed baby you guys want to believe would be Gypsy's baby. It doesn't matter who they put there. It doesn't matter. You all will say the same thing. Okay. Now, this is their latest ploy, guys. Because guys, it's most of them know it's bullshit, and they're laughing about it, and they're showing it to me, probably so I could make a video like something like this or something or other, right? Or say something about it, or they just wanted to let me know. I've been noticing it in my comments a little bit here and there. I thought, well, now I'm getting them in the DMs, guys, and some people are honestly just like, what is this, man? Is this, and then some people are just hearing about it. And then some people are seeing pictures, but only a few people get to see the pictures. And then people are telling about the pictures. And here's what I'm hearing. That Christy and someone else are sending out pictures of a child that appears to look as though it has Down syndrome. Now, we all know what that looks like, right? Typically older women. Now, sometimes a younger woman has a Down syndrome child. Okay. And I guess they're trying to somehow want us to believe, because once again, the American viewing audience are not that swift compared to other places in the world. A lot of people don't have critical thinking skills. A lot of people just don't know, Jesus Christ, this is so crazy, man. But damn, where was I at? Oh, but so I guess they're supposed to believe, oh, this baby has Down syndrome. Maybe because, Gypsy has that chromosome disorder. So maybe Down syndrome is a chromosome disorder. Okay. Apples and oranges. Okay. Here's the deal with Gypsy's microdeletion. Let's look at the word. Micro means real, real small. Deletion, deleted. Something is taken away. It's gone. All right. What it is it's a Q1. It's the very first chromosomal plate. Okay. Right? The very first one. We have 56 chromosomes, 23 plates, right? The very first one, the tail end of one of the strands, okay, is missing just some little piece of material, probably a gene or two, okay? Just out of the thousands and thousands of genes that are on each little one, this is just on the tail end. She's got one little portion, one little tiny bit of it's deleted. But here's the problem, guys. Every cell in our body, it's reproducing by mitosis, which means it's making an exact copy of itself. And if there's an error in it, it copies the errors, okay? This means basically what happened, because it's a fluke. It's very rare. This is very rare what she has. It's terribly rare. It's a fluke. What happened is something happened is the first mitotic division, when her parents, egg and sperm, united, that first division is a meiotic division. It splits into 4 different daughter cells. And then after that, those 4 different cells start dividing by replicating themselves, an exact copy of themselves. So when it's The problems that in lie with shit like this is that first cell division. Okay, when the sperm and the egg hit. Now, I'm not saying there's not other environmental things or whatever that can happen later on down the line and start fucking with the cells, and they start doing things, mutating and doing crazy shit. I'm talking about these genetic things like this with the on the DNA strands and stuff. Oftentimes, it's when the sperm and egg unite, that first splitting off into those 4 daughter cells. That's when the mistakes are. And they're gonna copy. So every single cell that Gypsy Rose has in her body, until she passes away, are going to have this tiny, tiny little error in it. That's what's going on. And apparently it causes that strabismus, or that lazy eye that they try to do surgeries on, they can't correct. It causes that. I guess it causes that microcephaly, the small head, right? And then as a short stature, she's only 4'11". And the other things that go with it, I guess, and I read up on it, like a lot of things, children can grow out of it too, her issues, right? Well, that's not anything to do with Down syndrome, okay? So I don't know if that's what they want you to believe, but Down syndrome is something completely different. That's on the plate that's way down the line. Like I think it's trisomy 21. I think it's on the 21st plate, okay? You got an extra whole chromosome shows up there. And then, of course, since on that 21st plate out of the 23, I believe it's trisomy 23, trisomy. Tri means 3. There's 3 there instead of 2. There should be 2, but there's 3. So in that one chromosome plate, because there's an extra whole chromosome there, and they all copy one another over and over and over and over and over and over, and over forever, that's the result with the Down syndrome. They're sterile. They they have with the eyes in their face. You can tell by looking at one, and then they have different variations of how they function, right? But it causes all these things with them. That's totally different. If they want you to believe that because Gypsy Rose Blanchard has that microdeletion, that her offspring somehow is going to come up with Down syndrome because it's a chromosome thing. That is bullshit. And do not believe it. And the majority of the time, it's women over 40. But not always. Not always. There's young women that it happens to with Down syndrome also. Not always, but it's rare. It's usually old women. They try to blame it on old eggs, but I have a different theory. All right, so... Or, I guess they're hinting at maybe this baby does have the microdeletion and looks that way. But remember, she already told us that she took a test and came back. Me and Ken would like to announce to everyone that our darling Aurora does not have that awful microdeletion. So she's going to have to come back and say she lied. But of course she can say, I was lied because I was ashamed and embarrassed of my baby. She's already going to have it rough enough because I'm her mother. And all that bullshit. Virtue signaling. Although she's a covert narcissist and thinks she's better than everybody else, she's going to pretend like, no, I'm not. I'm so terrible. I know you fell in love with a piece of shit, right? And then they demarcate themselves and all this shit simply to look like that. Like they're just vulnerable. That's why they call them a vulnerable narcissist too. Covert narcissist is the same as a vulnerable narcissist, but there's nothing vulnerable about these people, not at all. But they portray that rather. Okay, so this is what's going on now. There's pictures of some child, I haven't seen him yet, that they're saying looks like it has Down syndrome or something. All in my comments, people messaging me, most of them laughing about it and saying, oh, here we go. Yeah, they get it. But then others are fooled by it. So I have to get it off my chest, and I have to tell you guys, because we've got to stay on our neck, and we've got to stay ahead of this. Okay? Because I feel a heartfelt post coming on video. Okay, guys, I got to tell you, there's a reason why I don't let Aurora in the public eye. There's a reason. And because of my microdeletion, I passed down Down syndrome to her, and I don't know. She's already hard enough that I'm her mother. Is that what's on the horizon? Or is she going to come clean and say, oh, no, well, she really had the microdeletion. Deletion, I don't want you to know. And she's got some screwed up things with her, and I don't want you to make fun of my baby. Oh, is this where we're headed? Or she sends these pictures out about her little baby and implies that it's got Down syndrome, because most people can tell by looking at a Down syndrome person and tell that they have, for the most part. You can. All right? And then she's supposed to can come on with, oh, it had some terrible complication. It had, because a lot of Down syndromes have heart murmurs too. Oh, just have the Downs. I'll tell you the truth now. I'm coming clean about my Aurora. Down syndrome, she had a heart murmur, and then this happened, and she's gone. Her murmur's gone. Don't let her do it. Do not let this evil bitch do it. Stand on top of things, guys. I love you guys. I love all of you on YouTube. I love you guys so much. And TikTok. I love everybody. And I'll see you in the next video.